Next, it's my pleasure and indeed honor to introduce another very distinguished visitor from Illinois. She's a lady who calls Chicago home, while Chicago calls her the First Lady. Please give a very warm welcome to Ms. Rule, the First Lady of Chicago and wife of Chicago Mayor Emanuel.
Thank you. Thank you, Ambassador Dalder. Thank you, Secretary General Rasmussen, and thank you, Governor Quinn. It is such an honor for the city of Chicago to be hosting the NATO summit. For those of you who've not been to Chicago before, you're in for a real treat. Chicago is located on the shores of the Great Lake, Michigan, with 26 miles of publicly accessible lakefront. In fact, we have beaches basically as our front yard. We're also home to some of the finest architecture and museums in the world. But our greatest treasure is our people. We have a wonderfully diverse population in many distinct neighborhoods throughout the city. My husband likes to call Chicago the most American of American cities. So in addition to visiting our glamorous downtown, our glittering downtown, our fabulous buildings, I encourage you to explore some of our interesting neighborhoods. Our Polish community on Milwaukee Avenue, our German community in Lincoln Square, our Scandinavian community in Andersonville, our Hispanic community of Pilsen, and our historic African-American neighborhood of Bronzeville. And of course, since we're President Obama's hometown, President Obama's neighborhood of Hyde Park. I can assure you we have some amazing food and beer. We have our own ethnic beers in Chicago, so we've enjoyed drinking some here in Belgium. We invite you to come to Chicago and taste some of our cuisine and beer. And we brought you some of our greatest hits, which after a few more speeches you'll have the opportunity to enjoy. Chicago is a perfect match for a NATO summit, and we so thank you for the opportunity to share our city with the world. And we look forward to welcoming all of you in May.
Thank you, Ms. Rule, and I think I speak for all of us here. We can't wait to see all that Chicago has to offer. I was there a couple of weeks ago, coming back next week. It's a spectacular city.